what is band pass signal? It will allow the frequencies. One second. It will allow the frequencies only of particular band. Okay. So this is what your see, low pass in the sense it will allow only the low pass signals. Band pass in the sense it will have only specific band. Okay. Here it will be centered with FC, and this will be FC minus omega or W FC FC plus W. Okay, so this is what the band pass signal, and it will have on both the sides positive and negative. So here it will be minus FC. So it will be minus FC minus W. This point is minus FC minus W, and this point is minus FC plus W. Okay, so this is your band pass signal. Band pass signal. It will have only the specific band signal. Okay, so here again this band pass signals are divided into two types: narrow band signal and wide band signal. Narrow band in the sense the FC, the carrier frequency, whatever FC is nothing but the carrier frequency. Whatever frequency you have here, that FC will be very much greater than the bandwidth. Bandwidth of this is nothing but 2W. Okay, so 2W. The difference between this and this point will give you the bandwidth. Okay, so it is nothing but 2W. Okay, so if FC is very much greater than 2W, it is said to be the narrow band signals. Narrow band signals. And if FC is less than 2W, the bandwidth is greater than FC, then it is said to be wide band signals. Wide band signals. Wide band signals. Wide band signals. Okay, so let us analyze for the only difference is like the bandwidth, whatever is there is compared with the carrier frequency. If the carrier frequency FC is very much greater than 2 omega, it is said to be the narrow band signals, and if FC is less than 2 omega, it is said to be wide band signals. Okay, so generally we'll analyze, we'll call this band pass signals as narrow band signals. Narrow band signals. So narrow band signals and band pass signals I'll be taking interchangeably, and I may call the signal as band pass signal or narrow band signal. Anything, both are same only. Okay, so here if you observe, it is centered at frequency FC. Okay, so to analyze the signal, see analysis like how the spectrum is, what are the characteristics, whether the reconstruction is properly happening or not. I mean that if I need to analyze all that, if I have centered at FC, if I have the carrier frequencies along with this, it will become very difficult to analyze the signal. Okay, so in order to analyze the band pass signals, what I need to do, I need to first convert this band pass signals to low pass signal. I'll just repeat the statements again. Here what is happening, you have the band pass signal. Okay, band pass signal, it's the signal is centered with centered at FC. Okay, but if I have FC in my signal, it will become very difficult to analyze the signal. Okay, so in order to analyze the signal, what I'll do, I will convert this band pass signal to low pass signal. Okay, low pass signal in the sense here the spectrum is here. What I'll do, I'll just shift the spectrum so that it will be centered, instead of centered at FC, it will be centered at 0. Okay. Have you understood why we are studying the complex envelopes? Complex envelopes are helpful to convert band pass signals to low pass signals. Okay, and my question is why we need to convert band pass signals to low pass signals. Okay, so what is that? See, if this is a signal S of t or G of t, whatever it might be. Okay, if this is the band pass signal, okay, if you observe its spectrum, it is centered at Fc. Okay, Fc is nothing but the carrier frequency. Okay, when it is centered at Fc, it will become very difficult to analyze it. Okay, so instead of analyzing this spectrum, what we'll do, we'll shift the spectrum to the will shift the spectrum so that it will be centered at 0. Okay, so this signal is nothing but the low pass representation. So this band pass signal should be converted to low pass signal so that it will become easy to analyze. Okay, that is where we'll go with the complex envelopes. Okay, so complex envelopes are useful to convert band pass signals to low pass signals. Okay, if you just recall or just see the title of the chapter, it was written that conversion of, let me check and tell you, it is written like representation of, one second, let's see the syllabus. It's written as band pass signal to equivalent low pass. That is what the chapter heading. Okay, so these complex envelopes are useful to convert the band pass signals to low pass signals. Okay, so why we are converting band pass signals to low pass signals? So analysis with carrier frequency will become difficult. Complex envelopes are helpful to convert band pass signals to low pass signals. Okay, why we are converting? Because band pass signals will be centered at frequency Fc. Okay, if this Fc is present in the signal, it will become very difficult to analyze. That is the reason what we'll do, we'll shift this band pass signal to low pass, shift this frequency spectrum from band pass to pass. Like this. Okay, so it will be centered at 0. Okay, so Fc will be eliminated. Okay, that's the reason. The analysis will be easy. Okay, that is the reason what we do, we convert the band pass signals to the low pass signals. Okay, how the conversion should be done, what is, how the complex envelope is represented, that will see now. Okay, so complex envelope of band pass signals is the next topic. Okay, so here what is the use of this complex envelope and what is the band pass signal? Okay, so first of all, the band pass signal in the sense will allow only a specific band and it will be centered at frequency Fc. Okay, so this is said to be Fc minus omega and this is said to be Fc plus omega. Okay, so this is a spectrum of your band pass signal. It will have both the negative frequencies and as well as the positive frequencies. Fc minus W, this is, and this is Fc plus W. If G of t is a band pass signal, then the spectrum G of F will be in this way. Okay, so this is your band pass signal which will allow a specific band of frequencies. Okay, if you observe, the band pass signal is centered with frequency Fc. Okay, so when during the analysis, if you have a frequency component, the carrier frequency component, it will become difficult to analyze. Okay, in order to analyze this band pass signal, what you need to do, you need to eliminate this Fc and eliminate this Fc. Okay, how will you be able to eliminate? I can just shift the shift this spectrum. Okay, how I can shift? I have to convert this band pass signal to low pass signal. If I convert this band pass signal to low pass signal, the low pass signal, as you already know, it will be centered with 0. Okay, so minus omega omega. This is my G of F, which is the low pass signal spectrum. Okay, so you need to convert this band pass signal to the low pass signal. Okay, when you convert this band pass signal to the low pass signal, you'll not have the carrier frequency, so the analysis of the signal will become easy. Okay, so in order to convert the band pass signal to the low pass signal, we'll be using complex envelope. Okay, this is what I've taught you until now. Okay, so what is your S cap of t? How to what is it? What is this P envelope? What is this complex envelope, and how will you represent P and pre envelope of this complex this band pass signal and all? We'll see now. Okay, So otherwise, band pass signal is this. I want to convert this band pass signal to low pass signal. In order to convert this band pass signal to low pass signal, I'll be using the complex envelopes. Okay, pre-envelope, what it did, it has taken only the positive frequencies or the negative frequencies. In the same way, if you want to convert this band pass signal to the low pass signal, then I'll be going with the complex envelopes. Okay, so after representing the complex envelope, again you can have the pre-envelope of this band pass signals. Okay, how we are going to do all that we'll see now. Okay, so let me take the new page again, or I'll just try to erase everything. So the pre-envelopes can be applied either to the band pass signals or the low pass signals. Okay, and for the band pass signals, the pre-envelope is denoted as let me consider the signal as S of t. S of t signal I'm considering. Okay, so this S of t signal, what I need to do, I can get the pre-envelope. Pre-envelope, as I've already mentioned, S plus of t I can take, or S minus of t I can take. So let me take S plus of t. Okay, S plus of t can be represented as S cap of t e power j 2 pi fct. 2 pi fct. Okay, where s tilt, okay, we'll call this as tilt. This s tilt of t is said to be the complex envelope. So this s plus of t, it is nothing but the pre-envelope. So pre-envelope of band pass signals can be represented by using this function. Okay, s plus of t is nothing but the pre-envelope. Pre-envelope. Okay, how we have taken pre-envelope of low pass signal. If you just remember, we have taken as g of t, or g plus of t, or s plus of t, anything. It is just the notation. Here I have taken s plus instead of g plus. Okay, it is written as s of t plus j s cap of t. Okay, this is the pre-envelope of low pass signal. In the same way, if you want to represent the pre-envelope of low band pass signal, this is how we'll represent. S plus of t is equal to S tilt of t e power j 2 pi fct. Okay, any doubts you have with respect to this representation? I've just represented, that's it. I didn't do anything. I've just represented the pre-envelope of band pass signals. Okay, this is the equation to represent the pre-envelope of band pass signal. Okay, so I will just write the important necessary equations. Okay, let me write this equation only again. So if I want to find the pre-envelope of band pass signal S of t, then it is represented as S plus of t, which is equal to S tilt of t e power j 2 pi fct. Okay, this is the pre-envelope of band pass signals, where S plus of t is nothing but the pre-envelope. S plus of t is nothing but the pre-envelope, and S tilt of t is nothing but the complex envelope. Okay, so this is what your S cap of t. Okay, so what I can do, if I want to write the equation from this first equation, I can write S cap of t as S cap of t as S cap of t is equal to S cap of t. Take this e power j 2 pi fct to the other side. So e power x, if I take it to the other side, it will become e power minus x. Right. So I will use the same thing. S cap of t is nothing but S plus of t divided by e power j 2 pi fct. So this can be represented as S plus of t into e power minus j 2 pi fct. So this is how generally we represent S cap of t. So S cap of t, S tilt of t. S tilt of t, cap in the sense Hilbert transform. S in the sense the normal signal. Okay, S tilt indicates it is a complex envelope. Okay, so S tilt of t can be represented as S plus of t e power minus j 2 pi fct. Okay, so this is a equation that is used to represent the complex envelope. Okay, so still you have analysis. I will do the analysis tomorrow because I will not be able to finish the complete analysis now. Okay, or else I'll just try. Okay, I'll just analyze it. Okay, so this is the general representation of this complex envelope. S tilt of t is nothing but the complex envelope. Okay, so what is the use of this complex envelope? It will shift the band pass. It will convert the band pass signal to low pass signal. Okay, so let me analyze it in the frequency domain, whether this equation is able to shift the signal to the okay, let us analyze whether you are able to get the what is that shifted version or not. So in order to analyze that, let me assume that the Fourier transform of S plus of t is nothing but S plus of f. Okay, here you have to find the Fourier transform of S cap of t. S cap of t, it is given as S tilt of t, which is equal to S plus of t e power minus j 2 pi fct. 2 pi fct. So in the frequency domain, see, if you observe, the S of t signal is multiplied with this signal is getting multiplied with e power some value. So if in the time domain, if the signal is getting multiplied with e power something, then in the frequency domain it will be shifted as you have minus fc, so f plus fc. Okay, this is the property, time shifting, frequency shifting property. You can just see the properties of your Fourier transform. This is said to be the frequency shift property. If there is shift in the frequency, then in the time domain, the signal will get multiplied with e power minus j something. Okay, so this is a frequency shifting property. Okay, so using this, let us draw the what is it? Let us find out the Fourier transform frequency spectrum. So let us first have this frequency spectrum of band pass signal. This is a frequency spectrum of band pass signal which is given by S of f. Okay, so as we have already seen, it will have both the bands, positive frequencies also it will have, and negative frequencies also it will have. Okay, minus fc. And this is fc minus omega, and this is fc plus omega. Okay, this is S of f signal. Can anybody tell me how will be at S plus of f? S plus of f. Generally, S plus indicates, what does this S plus indicates? Yeah, you'll have only the positive frequencies. It means that this will not be there, only this will be there. Okay, so only this will be there like this. fc minus w, fc plus w. Okay, so now I need to represent S tilt of t. Okay, let me drag this little. Okay, here only I'll try to draw. Now I want S tilt of f. S tilt of f, if you observe, what is S tilt of f in the frequency domain? It is S plus of f minus fc. Okay, so f minus f, f plus fc, S plus of f plus fc. Okay, so what you need to do? You need to, here if I have plus fc, here when I'm shifting, you will have minus fc. So minus fc here also and minus fc here also. So what happens? Here everywhere it will be minus fc. Okay, so what happens to the signal? It will shift in this way. This will be 0 minus omega plus omega. Okay, so here S cap of f, if you observe the frequency spectrum, it is representing the frequency spectrum of your normal low pass signal. Okay, so this is your S cap of f. So which I've told you orally that the complex envelope will represent or it will convert the band pass signal to low pass signal. It is graphically proved here. Okay, that's all for the day.